Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me for this full moon in Aquarius card pull and maybe a little bit of a chat. Thank you so much for watching. I'm in my kitchen. So, anytime I'm in my kitchen, the other room is not available to me at that time. So, I'm just pulling my cards closer to me here. So, I don't know. I typically don't wait for people to show up. I just start going with whatever it is that I want to do. So what has been happening for everyone? I'll tell you a little bit about what's happening for me. And I feel like it's partially the full moon in Aquarius that's doing this, but I also feel like it's all the energies combined at the moment that are doing this, that are having this effect. Okay, so I feel like more recently I've been able to really overcome some issues that have been long-standing for a while. And I feel like I've been able to move past those things. So that is amazing for me. Okay. I also feel like there is more embodiment that's occurring as well. So when I say embodiment, it's like becoming more fully authentic in the way that I'm expressing all that I am. So, I feel like as long as you stay true to yourself and stay true to your heart, you're always going to be authentic. But more and more of your authenticity is going to be able to express itself the more that you stay true to your heart and just only do what you feel like you're called to do and you have integrity, right? So you respect yourself. So I feel like more of that has been happening with me. There's definitely more full embodiment. I feel like the energies that we've been in relation to the Lion's Gate energies have been pretty cool too. And it's funny because I haven't really been called to focus on it that much recently, except for the last maybe couple of days. I feel like because the energy is really starting to build, now I'm starting to feel things a little bit more. So I feel like these energies that are being built up right now. What I saw the other day when I posted about the stellar libraries that are being opened, I was shown an image of the Giza Plateau and specifically the pyramids. And I was shown kind of like this golden pathway that led from one of the chambers of the Great Pyramid up into the stars. And they were connected. And I had gotten the sense that symbolized kind of like this pathway that we could access to have, to be able to tune into the Akashic records or tune into those energies that help us to move beyond what we perceive as the limits of time. So we are able to have access to information that we typically don't have access to in the physical realm when we have our attention focused here. So past life information, parallel life information, wisdom that has been stored in the Giza Plateau, because I feel like it's not just the pyramids, I feel like it's also the Sphinx and the area surrounding. That whole area just has a lot of information stored there. So I feel like we have more access to that right now. It seems like, once that gateway is, activated and it's really amplified, it's a lot easier to tap into this stuff. You can actually tap into it at any time, but during this period, it seems to be extra potent. And I also felt that this energy could also be used as a way to increase your spiritual growth. So, being able to assimilate a little bit more light into your being, so that you're able to release old stuff that you don't need and be able to come more so into your full light and full expression. And also be able to have deeper levels of understanding of life and the way it works and your place in all of that, right? So there's been a little bit more focus on that for me personally. Let me just move this over because I don't... Isn't that funny? Savannah, hi. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Mari. Hi, Monica. I'm sorry, I always forget to move the thing over so I can see the comments. But yeah, So yeah, this energy has been really potent for that, for being able to access all that interdimensional information, all that stuff that we typically have stored within us anyway. But once that gateway is opened, all that stuff seems to be much easier to access. And I feel like this year is really strong, by the way. I feel like this year is really strong. Last year was pretty strong too, but there's something about this year that is really significant. All right, so again, I hope you all are doing pretty well with everything going on. So just trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I feel like dreams have been really weird too. I feel like the dreams, last time we talked, the dreams were also weird. But I feel like this time, the dreams are also kind of weird. Hi Daniel. Thank you for watching. I hope you stay and keep watching because these videos can be pretty cool. Yeah, so dreams have been very strange. I noticed a lot of healing dreams, but involving people from my past that I haven't talked to in a while. So there seems to be a lot of old ties that are being cleared, and what's the term that they use? I can't remember right now. When I get off live, I'll probably remember. But yeah, I feel like we're, just clearing out old baggage. I feel like that's part of what the dreams are about. And, just healing stuff that doesn't serve where we're going. Because I feel like for people that are ready, this period is immense. For people that are ready to go to the next level of their spiritual growth, this period will catapult you, okay? Because I feel like we've reached the end of an age, when it comes to our experience in this lifetime, and anything that we have identified with before, any kind of limitations, I feel like we're transcending them, So at this point, if you have gotten to that point where you're ready to transcend that stuff, you're ready to go to the next level. And it's going to be different for everybody. I'm still waiting to see exactly how it's going to manifest for me. But I know it's happening. All right. So just having the awareness is powerful enough. Savannah, I'm just reading your comments. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Yeah, there seems to be, the dreams seem to be connected to people from our past and helping us to resolve, helping us to resolve any kind of stuff that we have going on in the past. Carolyn, one of the first things I felt like, you can let me know if this makes sense, but has your daughter had any kind of fears surrounding stuff like that? Because dreams are interesting. Sometimes dreams can be subconscious fears, could be subconscious desires. Some dreams can be healing and releasing. Some dreams can be prophetic as well. But I noticed that most dreams are not necessarily prophetic. It's usually an indication of what's going on in the subconscious, stuff that we're dealing with, or, stuff that we haven't been dealing with that's crying out for attention. Yeah. Oh, yes, Daniel, the term you reminded me, tying up loose ends. That's what I was trying to say. But there's a lot of emotional stuff. I'm seeing like emotions that are really being processed right now. We're kind of navigating through a lot of emotional stuff, even if we don't realize it. So for me, there's been a lot of ups and kind of like down periods. I have found that I've needed to drink more water. So I've had to actually double my water intake. Typically, I drink about 1.5 liters every day. I've had to amplify it to 3 liters, okay? Because even with all that water, it just wasn't enough. And it's not like I'm going outside a lot and sweating. I'm not. But a lot of this energy that's coming in is highly electric. It's highly charged. And that stuff uses a lot of water in the body. So we need a lot of water to kind of support all that. Let's see. Savannah, let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. That makes sense. Savannah, I was just reading your comment about the dreams and, what she wanted to do when she was younger. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Feels like the veil is really starting to get thin too, because while this is a full moon in Aquarius, we also have Pisces that's headed right after. So that's a very psychic sign. So, you know, of course, with that, always pay attention to your intuition. Even with myself, I'm feeling a little bit, you know, I probably should have put on something grounding before I started. But I'll take a moment to ground before I pull the cards. So I think I'm going to get started now, actually. I think I'm going to get started pulling some cards. I have 3 decks here, as usual. Yes, Carolyn. Yeah. You know, Carolyn, before I start with the cards, I just want to respond to you. Is that, you know, when all that stuff was going on with women getting abducted, because there was an increase of that happening at a certain time, you know, that triggered a lot of fears for people, so for women, for women's, you know, for girls and their parents, you know. So, and the thing is with stuff like that, it's so unpredictable. You just never know what's going to happen. So yeah, that makes sense that maybe she was releasing some fear. Yeah, Monica. Yeah, that definitely happens. You know, dreams as lessons. That's really cool. Yeah, dreams have been crazy, man. I don't know. Always document your dreams too. Yes, yes. Amp up the water intake. Amp it up. I'm telling you, we're using up a lot of energy. Hi. Oh my God. I love Ireland. I've never been there, but I really want to go. I've always wanted to go. Like, seriously. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. So hi. How do you say your name? So if you could like spell it phonetically, so I don't pronounce it wrong. But yes, I always wanted to go to Ireland. I think that's next on my list for travels. Oh, Savannah, yes, taking a long bath is really helpful, truly, especially when you use salts and stuff in the bath, salts and crystals and oils. All right, so let me get started on the cards. So I'm going to show you what cards I'm going to be using. Ooh, Muge. Oh, I love it. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today. I'm so happy to have you. So cool. So I'm going to be starting with one card from the Archangel Animal Oracle cards by Diana Cooper. So I'm going to pull one from here. And I'm going to pull another card, just one, from the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. So you're going to see like the cards that I'm going to be pulling from today. The decks that I'm going to be using have an elemental kind of feel to them. Well, thank you for the welcome. So happy. And the last one, I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from this deck. Is Oracle of the Unicorns. And the reason why I'm using this one is because I did sense the energy of the unicorns come through earlier this, was it this week? Or I think it was a couple of days ago. The thing is that a lot of people think that, you know, it's like, oh, unicorns, it's like, come on now. But if you've tuned into my posts in the past, you'll know that I've talked about unicorns before in terms of how they've existed in the far distant past and how they've helped us over the years, especially those that are of service, okay? The unicorns are very good at holding space for those that are either light workers, people of service, earth angels, whatever title you want to give them. But when we do this kind of work, we have a tendency to feel vulnerable, or, you know, because we're so open, we have a tendency to be vulnerable. So they hold space for us with the assistance of Archangel Michael, and they keep us safe and protected as we ascend to the next level of our journey, okay? So I love them for that. Pure, beautiful, protective energy, okay? So, yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to start with the Archangel Animal cards, and we'll see what comes out. I'm very curious. Okay, let me take a second to center myself here. Okay, all right, so just calling upon Mother, Father God, the creators of all that is, from the highest vibration of love and light. Calling upon our spiritual team from the highest vibration of love and light, asking that you transmit messages for us during this full moon in Aquarius that'll be in our highest and best good at this time. What is it that we need to know? First thing I'm seeing, though, is the owl. I do see the owl as an important spirit animal, and the owl asks us to tune into our ability to hear the voice of spirit, or that which is beyond the physical realm, as well as tap into esoteric mysteries, our own spiritual abilities, our magic, and to be very cognizant and aware of what's going on around us. So in heightening our sense of perception and awareness. So we'll see what comes out, but I see that as well, whatever it is that comes out. All right. So I think I want to pull the top card. Let's see what comes out here. Oh, this is so cute. All right. So we have the kangaroo, which is so cute. Kangaroo. All right. So it says, be a force for good. All right. So let me sit with this card for a moment and see what's going on. And the archangels that Diana Cooper associates with this animal are listed also. Archangels Rocael, Jarcisa, and Sandalphon. So what I get the sense of, be very careful of being pulled into other people's stuff, okay? I feel like it's very important for you to be able to tune out a lot of what maybe people's chatter, what people may be trying to put into your head, maybe people trying to steer you off your track, or whatever it might be for you. Ow, sorry, that was my leg. But I feel like this card is asking you to be very mindful of allowing other people to pollute your thoughts or pollute your heart in some sort of way. So I feel like this is about tuning out the outside world for a little bit and tuning back into yourself. So you may feel the need to withdraw. I really do feel, though, with this card as well, is that this is a card also of clairaudience. Again, I just get the sense of listening to the voice of spirit, which is basically listening to your own intuition. What I get the sense of is that this is about clarifying all the voices that you might be hearing, sifting through them and seeing which one is... It's almost like when you hear too much chatter, you start to associate it with your own feelings and your own truth. And sometimes other people's opinions becomes your opinion. Spirit is asking you to be mindful of that sort of thing. Okay, so Spirit is asking you through this card to use discernment. Okay, not everything you hear you take on as your own. Okay, so that feels to be very important. And I do feel that in this card, they are talking about heightened awareness, so there is a sense of heightened awareness for what's going on around you, very keen senses also. So you might be able to perceive things a little bit more readily than you did in the past. Okay, so I feel like this is about being very aware of what's going on in your environment and perceiving that stuff without necessarily getting attached to it. All right, so let me see what else is here. I'm really drawn to the other kangaroos that are watching this one kangaroo that's like looking at us through the card. I just feel like don't pay any mind to like what other people are saying. That's what I get the sense of. It's like, this kangaroo watching him, this kangaroo's doing his thing, maybe watching him. I almost get this sense of to be individual and to allow yourself to stand out. Don't worry about what other people say you should be doing or what's right for you. Allow yourself to radiate your own individual, unique light. Okay? Tune out those other voices. Okay? And just stay strong on the path that you're on and listen to your own intuition. And don't let other people determine what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, it seems like, I feel like because this is a time of strong leadership for a lot of people, it can get to the point where we feel tested or we feel challenged because other people might not agree. I almost get the sense of like some people might feel bullied in a way, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's aggressive bullying, but sometimes people are very pushy with their opinion. or they try to convince you of something. But this card is saying, you know, be very mindful of that, of taking on the opinions of others and allowing it to scatter you. Okay. He's so cute. All right, I think that's it. All right. So I'm going to move on to the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. I want to see what they have to say. See what's going on with the fairies. I've been spending a lot more time outside, and the more that I develop spiritually, the more time I have to spend outside. It has become pretty much a requirement now, or else things will start to build up, and yeah, can't have that. They don't translate properly. Alrighty. Hope the camera isn't freezing too much, because anytime I look at it, it freezes a little. I do feel like I want to pull two, though. Yeah, I feel like I want to pull two cards from the top, so I'm just going to go with it. All right, let's see what they are. Ooh, this is nice. Okay. Very interesting. Glimpse. And I'll read what it says. Indigo, rainbow, crystal children, and beyond. All right, I want to see what the second card says, because I feel like maybe the second card will tie into this. Okay. And then with this card, we have the three graces. Oh, wow. Lighting changed. The three graces. Cooperative ventures with friends. Joy, sharing, new partnerships that are fun. All right, so guys, give me a second to look into this, because I'm really curious. One of the things that I'm seeing when I look at these cards is I get the sense of the world is your oyster. Now, of course, looking at the cards, it's like, how did you get that? But that's how this works sometimes. I'm getting the sense of expansion when it comes to your experience and what you're able to achieve. I almost get the sense that Spirit is asking you to broaden your horizons. I feel like that's something for you to focus on for this full moon in Aquarius. Broaden your horizons, see what's possible for you. I see a lot of people visualizing, reflecting in their own time, and exploring their options. You know, I feel like you're going to be seeing more so than before how much is actually possible for you than you were able to see in the past. Your sense of vision is going to be expanding, okay? So I feel like you're going to feel like you have the world at your feet, okay? So you have so much more that you're able to accomplish. And because of that, more opportunities might spring up for you. And when I say that, it may not necessarily be somebody handing something to you, but it's almost like more things that you didn't see before. It's like, oh, I didn't even consider that, you know? So let me look into that. It's like that kind of thing. All right, so that's one of the first things that I'm seeing. All right, so this is a reflection of that. All right, let me see. One thing I want to say also is that there has been a strong focus on children, okay, coming into this period. And this is something that I talked about, I think it was about a month or so ago, about how important children are at this time, because with this period that we're going through, and I feel that we have a lot more coming, so just buckle up. In this period, it is the children that are going to be the ones that are guiding us forward, because the wisdom that they carry is going to be the wisdom that we need, okay? So the children that are coming in, if you want to watch the video that I posted on YouTube about Orion, please do, because that was the first time that I received this message about the generational shift and how many of the children that are going to be coming in are going to be carrying that signature of Orion. And Orion is really what helps us to go to the next level of divine connection, helping us to remember those original instructions that we received at the creation of this this planet, of this reality. Okay, so it is Orion that holds those original instructions for spiritual development. So those children are really going to be helping us through their mission, helping us to reconnect to that. All right, so the importance of children is vital. We need to support them. Okay, we need to hold their hand through their process of evolution, because there may be things that they experience when they're growing that they don't fully understand. And because of what we've had to go through with our spiritual development, we're going to be able to help them with that. Instead of maybe in the past how our parents were at times, like, you can't be that, you can't do that, trying to stifle us. But we know better, right? We know what we had to go through. So these children, I feel, wouldn't even be able to come in if they had parents like that. You know what I mean? It's because we've been able to develop and honor who we are, why we're able to help them. Okay, so I want to say that too. I feel one of the things that I feel with these two cards together is that I feel that you're going to be working with other people of like mind. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Say hi to her for me. Hi. Daniel, I'm talking to you. Say hi to her for me. Because I feel like she's one of those people that's going to be extremely important for our world coming up. I feel like she's going to be a beautiful guide for us. But yeah, I feel like you're going to be combining with people of like mind that feel like, that have a similar vision, a similar mission. And I feel like you're going to be making more of those connections. Another thing that I'm seeing is that Spirit is going to be helping make those connections happen very seamlessly and easily. Okay. So I feel like you might start to find that things fall into place a little bit easier when it comes to meeting the right people, being in the right places, being in the right place at the right time. It does feel like a kind of union card in a way, friendships, a spiritual community, or whatever kind of community you want. And I just feel, I'm kind of focusing on the Three Graces card now. That through the union of you and your new friends, or friends that maybe you haven't connected to in a while that you reconnect to, you're going to be bringing in some awesome energy. Like, I just feel that those bonds, those connections are going to be so pivotal for anchoring in all that, the growth, the expansion that the earth needs. And I feel, looking at both of the cards now, that a lot of these people are going to be people that can be categorized as either indigo people, which would be like us. A lot of us come from that kind of generation, indigos, or people that are rainbows or crystals. So I feel it's like people of like mind with a similar mission coming together to create something new, or to help amplify that energy, that wavelength that we're already on, amplifying that. Okay. One of the things I see too with the glimpse card, a lot of energy around the crown. Okay. So some of you may experience some crown activation where I almost see you might start to see things differently in terms of how you interact with people, how you interact with the world. I feel like this card is also a reflection of if you yourself are an indigo, or can be categorized as something like that, Blu-ray and all these different things, that you're going to be coming more into that. That's what that feels like to me. So there's a kind of spiritual development that is taking place. The number on top of the card is 34, which reduces to 7. And I feel like that has a lot to do with spiritual development. There was something else that I got to, but I want to wrap it up because technically we have other cards to pull. I see a lot of energy around the throat chakra too, so a lot of expression and communication. Yeah. Last thing I'll say about that is that if you feel different, if you feel unique, if you feel like people don't understand you, you're in good comfort. because there are a lot of people that feel that way, that are on this wavelength, and that's part of what you are here for. That's one of the reasons why you feel unique, is because you are unique and you are coming in with a different approach to life. Because, you know, as human beings, I feel like we've gotten so far off track, you know, in terms of, not us necessarily, but I feel like the way society operates, I feel like we really we went off the tracks, you know? So really helping people by reminding them of their nature and who they are and where they come from, that feels important, okay? So just know that your uniqueness is a part of that. All right, so last bit. We're gonna be moving on to the unicorn cards. They're saying to celebrate, and I've been hearing this a lot. I feel like what we've gone through, you know, the thresholds that we've moved through are cause for celebration. So it's like, you know, why not celebrate those achievements? Okay, I actually want to take this one. It wasn't on top, but I'm taking it anyway. I don't care. All right, so let's see what we, ooh. Now this is interesting because it was pretty much what was in the first card. We have awareness. And I love this. I love this artist. Oh, Daniel, I'm glad you think so. I'm so glad. Yeah, so we have awareness here. So it says, live in the moment, be conscious of your thoughts, look for signs and guidance. Okay, so this to me is crystal clear. Spirit is going to be sending you signs, okay? That's what I get the sense of. You are going to be seeing signs that serve as either confirmation of what you already feel, or it's going to be a way to guide you forward, okay? So I'm getting the sense of number sequences, very common, right? So you might see triple numbers, or you might just see one number that just keeps repeating itself. I kind of get the sense of like the number 5, okay? You might also see a number that has a lot of zeros. So just pay attention to any number sequences that you see. Don't force yourself to see them. Don't look for them because that defeats the whole purpose. If you see a number sequence that jumps out at you and makes you feel a certain way in your gut, that's how you know it's meant for you. So, okay. So I get the sense that your sense of awareness, again, is going to be heightening, okay? So I get, again, a lot of third eye, crown chakra energy that's going to be amplified. And it makes sense because of the full moon in Aquarius. That helps with kind of like receiving new ideas and insights and inspiration. And then we're going into Pisces. So a lot of that is psychic energy. Yeah, I just feel like your awareness is going to be heightening. So just pay attention, you know, be mindful and pay attention of the signs that Spirit is sending you. I feel like you may be out one day and something might catch your eye and you're like, that's for me. You know, that's a message for me. I do see the energy of Archangel Gabriel here as well. And I associate Archangel Gabriel with the Divine Feminine. But I feel like, I wonder why Archangel Gabriel specifically, though. I don't know. I feel like Archangel Gabriel is going to be acting as a messenger for some people. So just be mindful of anything that comes through from Archangel Gabriel. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like the incubation that we've been going through has been necessary, actually, because now we're going to be, you know, slowly but steadily blossoming and opening things back up, right? So we can start moving forward. I feel like that's what August is about. Okay, so it's about this kind of building steady momentum, you know, and like building on to our assertive power and really bringing that forward. All right, so second card, let's see. Oh, this is fun. All right, so it says dance. And there I am, right in the reflection. Let's move that. Okay, I don't know. So yeah, it says dance. It says move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. So what I get the sense of, I feel with this card that this has a lot to do with what Spirit is telling you to do in response to anything that might be going on in your life. Okay. So if there's anything that is occurring that causes a little bit of emotional, whether upheaval or if you're confused and you don't know what to do, they are encouraging you to do some sort of body movement, dancing. It could be any kind of movement. I do feel like it has to be something that brings joy though. So no choreography. So if you're going to dance, just put on some music and dance. And I know that dance is sometimes underestimated, and sometimes dance is looked at as kind of like something that you do as a professional, and it's something that needs to be calculated. But really dance is like a form of meditation, right? So dance helps us to really get in touch with spirit, with the energy of spirit, because when we're in that energy of joy and surrender and we're just moving with the music, we're able to perceive things so much more easily. Okay, so I feel like dance is what spirit is encouraging you to do to help bring you into the flow of spirit so that you're able to perceive things much more easily. So heightened awareness seems to be like, with all the cards in a way, there's some sort of pinpointing to, let me see, heightened awareness. I'm just reading comments here. Oh. Yeah, so you might have to sit with that, because 6 can mean a lot of different things, Mari. It really depends on the person and where they're at. Like, if I see numbers pop up for people, numbers can mean different things for different people. So I know like there's like these kind of websites that say, well, if you see this number over and over again, this is what it means. But not always. So I know sometimes 6, seeing the number 6, I know there's a 16 in there, but sometimes seeing the number 6 can mean home stuff, you know, stuff related to home, stuff related to harmony. 6 can also be an awakening number. 6 can be an emotional number. So it really depends. I would set an intention to kind of journal, put the number at the top of the page, and then see what comes up, the first words or feelings that pop up. Oh yeah, Carolyn, 1111 is, you know, a popular one. So awakening, manifestation could mean that. Can also be a relationship number, you know, so there's different things that could apply there. All right, let me just see here. Yeah, I feel like those are the main messages. Spirit is encouraging some sort of body movement that you enjoy to bring you into resonance with the energy and flow of spirit. All right, let's see with this one. Ah, okay. All right, so with this card, patience. Patience is a virtue. And I know a lot of people are tired of hearing this. Like, oh, come on. Patience. All right, so... All right, let me see. It says, pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. So one of the things that I feel a few things actually with this card, is that Spirit is telling you not to rush things along too much, okay? So there is a sense of divine timing here in the sense that there are certain things you're not going to be able to control, right? So Spirit is asking you to take a step back a little bit and not have too much of a tight grip when it comes to the way that things are evolving. One of the things that I feel like, how can I explain this? I feel like I had it and then it left me. But if you try to do something like that, you might be met with an obstacle, or you might be met with something where if you had just kind of taken a step back and chilled, it wouldn't have happened. So it's like, I feel like Spirit is asking you to kind of play things by ear, and not be so quick to jump the gun, you know, because I feel like there are other factors at play. You know, I feel like some of this also has to do with things on a collective level. I feel like there's so many things that are out of our hands right now and things that we cannot control. So at this point, I feel like they're saying, you might as well play it by ear. You might as well kind of be easy on yourself when it comes to this stuff, because there are things playing out right now and you don't even know what's coming. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. We can get an idea, we can get a sense, but we don't know exactly how things are going to play out. So it might be hard to plan right now. Okay, so I get the sense of kind of like just take a step back and play things by ear and see how things go. Take things one step at a time. But I feel like trying to plan too far out might work against you. Okay. I feel like this is also just an indication to embrace the natural flow and unfoldment of the way things are unfolding. So I get that sense too, to just kind of trust in the way that things are unfolding and the timing in which they're unfolding. Yeah, Daniel, I hear you. I hear you on that. Let me just look at this a little bit more. What I get the sense of too, just the last thing, and then I'm going to look at them all together, is that your intuition is going to guide you. You're going to get a strong sense. You're going to get a feel of the timing. So when you feel tempted to do something out of your ego or out of your need to have something in your grasp, take some time to connect to your intuition first. You will be able to get a sense of when is the right time to do something or when things will start to come together. You're going to be able to feel it out. One tip that I received when I was doing my certification for my intuitive work was imagine like a calendar in your head. Ask your question and see the calendar kind of like flipping through all the months and see where it lands, and write it down. Okay, that's a good practice that you can use. But yeah, I feel like your intuition will guide you. You'll know when it's the right time to proceed. Okay, so just looking at all these cards together, this doesn't necessarily feel time to do too much. Okay, it doesn't feel like a time to jump onto things. Things are progressing. We are building momentum, but don't get too excited. Not to say there's nothing to be excited about. There is, but it needs to evolve in its own time, whatever it is for you. So with awareness, it's like, pay attention. Oh God, who is this person? Who are you, Prince? So awareness, pay attention, be mindful of any signs that you might receive from spirit. Dance, play, have fun. Don't get too attached. Don't get too what's the word? Don't get too rigid when it comes to how things are unfolding. Okay. And be patient. So this is all, it doesn't really feel like a huge action month. It just feels like a time to kind of take a step back, be aware, be cognizant of what's going on before you do anything else. Because I feel like there's more information that's going to come in. All right. So that's what I get. All right. So that's pretty much it. Those are all the cards. Daniel, what are you humming about? You can always message me so we could talk about it. Yeah. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope that the messages resonated with you. I'm going to be doing... Okay, I have to see how I'm going to actually post this. I got a request for a video to expand upon angelic connections. Because people are very curious how they can develop kind of like a palpable angelic connection. So people want to know how they can really start feeling the angels a little bit more, as opposed to just talking to them as if you're just kind of talking to the air. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about that in a video. okay? I might post that first, but I don't know. But then I'm going to be posting another video that's a part of the angel series, okay? So we're going to really be digging a little bit deeper, and I'm going to be expanding upon my own personal experience with the angels, as well as things that I have done over the years to help facilitate that connection, that strong connection, okay? And give you some recommendations. All right, so I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. You're welcome, you're welcome. You're welcome, Daniel. Thank you for sticking around. I really like when you watch these with me. Yeah, I'm glad that everything resonated. Really happy. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube and Instagram like I always do. All right, so you can rewatch it there or on here, whatever, whatever you'd like to do. All right, so I'll see you around next time, okay? Love you guys. Take care. Bye.